I'm in the chat and it's quite busy today. So
he's the man about chat. I think we're going. I think this. Oh no, not quite. Oh, maybe we are.
Tell me before we. Are we going?
We're going. This is it. We're here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live with Lil with Clark, Greg, and Zachary, but Abel. Clark, how are you?
This is what I do now that I learned to surf. I don't know what it means.
Incredible surfing. Yeah, you do.
Like
it means something good. We were almost late to this because we were just chatting away.
Catching up.
Oh, catching up. It's I feel like we speak quite a lot, Clark, but it's different to see your face.
Very different. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm Constance Zimmer wants to stop by and say hi, so just because all roads lead to Shield. I told her what I was doing. She was very jealous, and she says hi.
Oh, hi, Constance. Yeah, we'll have to get Constance on here. So many people that don't come on in the first season that we love. Or is she in season 1? No. I
think she's season 3.
Did they all meld in to one for you?
No, remember? Yeah, because she was. Yeah, she led to Ward. Didn't Ward make it to season 3? Well, yeah, he got killed off in season 3, and then he came back as the other person. He came back as good. No, then Hive was season 3.
Was it season 3? I get mixed up because season 4 was Framework, though, wasn't it? So wasn't he there?
It was a lot of things. It was just think about this. It was Ghost Rider, Framework. Can't even say Framework. It's been a long COVID. And then it was LMDs.
All in that one. Oh, because we did the pods.
We didn't know what pods were going to be. In those days, you could just go into a different pod and you wouldn't have to get tested.
Yeah, go in every pod you liked.
We're just going to do COVID jokes for the rest of the time. Thanks for showing up, people.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I spend too much time alone.
I'm getting a lot of season 3 confirmations on here. So
on Constance?
On Constance, yeah.
Okay, we've got a while to go. Shall we press play? Because otherwise this will just turn into COVID stand-up.
Yeah, let's do it. Just skip the recap. Say when.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to check where I am. Let's press play. Let's press play on we'll do
count it down.
3, 2, this is a practice. 3, 2, 1, play. But that was practice, okay?
Oh my God. I just played.
How you successfully played a scientist.
Did you press play yet,
Clark? Yes, I did.
I stopped because you said it was practice.
Okay, this is the real thing now.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, play. That isn't playing.
Oh, the old bus.
Wait, you're gonna have to tell me where you are because
I'm seeing the beginning of the show because I just pressed play.
I think I'm gonna be like 10 seconds behind because my Apple TV went to sleep.
Unless I'm on the wrong episode. Tracks, right?
Tracks, yeah. Here we are coming into the bus now.
You're in the bus. Oh my God, Chloe Wong Bennett.
Oh, yes.
We're already on the train.
Yeah, and now I'm in the command center. Are you?
Yeah, that we're breaking it down.
Yeah, we're breaking it down. Do you remember that room? How many hours we would be in there and just...
Oh my God. Oh, hey. Quinn,
the big bad.
Yes.
Clark, you just look at you. OG Coulson. That's why when...
Oh, this is the Italian guy. Yes.
Yes. This is such a good episode. I watched it today again. And
I love we're at this beautiful Italian cafe, which is just on the lot in Culver City that no longer exists.
Was that on the lot?
Oh, God damn. Brett, so handsome. Oh, there's Ming. I love when Ming goes undercover with the lipstick, baby.
Oh, yes. Oh,
yes. Chloe and Ian backpacking through Europe, which is a show I would actually prefer to see right now. Hey, there she is.
Glasses.
Here we are, undercover. Daddy, daughter. I'm going to say that I had to watch you and Ian get to have all the fun. And I had barely gotten to act with you. Like one scene where I was talking about your diet. Like, were you eating healthy?
This was so fun because it was like, I felt like I'd hit the jackpot. Oh my God, I forgot to press the clock.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, people.
Uh-oh, Madam Ming.
Oh, here he is. I'd forgotten that Ward and May were sleeping together. I'd completely forgotten that storyline before watching season 1 again.
Oh,
And,
that's right. They were having this thing that she wasn't telling Coulson about.
Yes, but then last week she did tell Coulson, and then this week you have a really great scene with Ward where you just kind of break it down for him, which I'm going to get rid of this clock because I pressed it on the wrong time.
She totally turned him into an F-boy, if I can say that.
I think we can say what we want. Clark, this obviously season 1.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Ward just took his shirt off. I gotta watch.
Concentrate.
Okay, ABC nudity people. Our highest rated 2 minutes of episode that season. Not really. Okay.
I forgot how much he used to take his kit off.
Not nearly as much as he requested, if we can be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding. Right. Kidding. Greg.
We love you.
Oh,
We love you.
She's trying to climb out the window. So the fun thing about this is on a real train.
On a real train in Fillmore, I want to say.
Fillmore?
Yeah, right?
Fillmore?
Was
Fillmore.
this
I like Fillmore. I like that you Brits add a syllable wherever you feel like it. And Fillmore, it's just it's kind of a dumpy place. No offense to Fillmore or Fillmore. An hour and a half outside of LA, where there are absolutely no Italian Alps, which Mark Kolpak put in afterwards.
Oh, good old Mark Kolpak.
Oh, look how young Ian looks.
Was this the train that had a certain aroma to it once it got going? Was that a different train?
That was this
You
train.
know, did this train have that? This same or similar train was used in the season 7 episode, and that one got super stinky. I didn't remember this happening that day, did it?
I felt like there was always a real toilet situation, whether it was we can't use it or someone used it and now it stinks, or it's emptying the cargo on the track, so then all of a sudden it stinks. I just remember it being very hot and a little bit smelly. And
I'm going to have to count on the younger cast member to tell me what happened to me then, because I was completely surprised when that devastated us season 7.
Oh, right. No, I think, was it the same train?
It's the same. There's many trains in Fillmore.
How about Fillmore?
And in Fillmore.
Zach made a good point before we came on. That is this the mid-season finale of season 1? 113?
Yes, just waiting on May. I was not familiar with the mid-season finales of it all. I thought 11 was 22 episodes.
Well, I tell you, you guys both are rocking the glasses, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I love this scene. It was so
This was that one where I said, I'm wearing glasses. And Elizabeth said, I'm wearing glasses. And we did 45 rounds of rock, paper, scissors, tied every one of them. So, and hence, historically, we both have, yours are really good.
It was a tie. It was, I bet there
I
was
love
so
this
many
whole
meetings.
bit too.
Oh, it's so fun. And
who wrote this one?
Rafe Judkins and
Lauren
LaFranc.
The fabulous
duo. I feel like this one is because we kind of
wait, you're
forward
going
and back.
great bit. Oh, you're shaming me for all my prostitutes.
Oh wait, I'm behind.
Oh, and there's Stan the Manly.
Oh, can we talk about that?
Yes.
Because had you worked with him before?
I had.
Scene?
He'd been around. Oh, he's
the best.
Oh, you're just shaming me so bad. I mean, it wasn't that many prostitutes. I felt you were so good. I felt terribly guilty the whole time. Not even before the ashes. Oh my God, the poor woman. Yes, Stan had been around. One of the first Marvel television shows was Ultimate Spider-Man animated, and I'd been in that. And that's where I had met Jeff Loeb, and Stan was around for some of that early days. But I hung out with him a little bit and kind of geeked out almost to death. And so I was really thrilled to see him again here.
And that day, I just remember everybody being obviously so aware that Stanley is there, and it's a moving train. It's very like all the acting where you see there's scenes where you see us, you know, running around this train and we're all a bit wobbly. That's real because that train was very rickety. And so we were a bit worried about Stan. He just came on. He was so slick. He had his women flanking him and was just like never said a line wrong, ad-libbed away.
No, I thought what I liked about it, because at his heart, Stan loved to act.
Yeah.
And his line was pretty simple. But by the end of it, and certainly in some takes, he was like, to think that you would do something to such a lovely girl. And prostitutes, you scamp, you cad. And just like gave me such a lecture that I was almost in tears and then stormed off. I was like, go Stan.
That hurt.
I really wish I could see the outtakes of that one.
Oh my gosh, they have to be somewhere.
And now it's chaos. You know, we had our moment, and there's a whole spy plot going on here with the, feeling the old coffee cups. Oh,
yes, that was such a good.
This
how did they do that
may have
bit?
been this mid-season finale. You might be right.
It's just
God,
such
that
a
hurts.
huge one.
Jumped
How
off
did
that.
they?
Oh,
That looks like that was you, Clark. Did you have to
really
roll
does.
around in the dust?
well, let's just say I did the last roll of that terrible fall, and the spectacular my stunt double Dane, who does look a lot like me. That might have been the one that took his back out. I get replaced by younger and younger stunt people. Dane got replaced by. They'd bring him in for the close shots, but poor Dane's back, I think, took a beating on that jumping out of the train.
But was that real? Someone would actually jump out of that train?
Yeah, did you see it? You should watch the episode. It just happened.
I know, but you just sort of think, oh, that was CGI in a crash mat.
I had someone from the chat ask, was there actually someone on the top of the train, or did they CGI that, or was there a stunt person that?
No.
Up
Ming
there?
was, I think. It's such a blend of, she was on top of a train. It may have been moving slowly. They made it look faster. There's wires sometimes holding you so that you're safe. And this is, of course, season 1. So we were still doing a lot of stuff we probably shouldn't have been before the many, many injuries we would suffer from that philosophy slowed us all down a bit by season 7.
Yeah, our budget.
A really
season 1
brutal
was
knife
too
fight
big.
to the death where Ward is just really pounding on this woman who in real life could have kicked any of our ass. Oh,
well, yeah, she's putting up a good fight. I've forgotten how many, there were so many fights and trying to coordinate that in such a small space too. Ward was such a cool character. What a shame, eh?
no, I thought it was magnificent. He called me very sad when the big reveal happens later in this season, which God knows I won't spoil. And I was like, this is the coolest thing that could ever happen. You got to be this heroic guy for a while, and now you get to play the other side, and there's a much deeper secret. I thought it was really magnificent.
And that's an important thing to say too, is that you really, I mean, I say it to everybody that will listen and those that won't. You were just and are such a mentor to all of us. And my biggest memory, true, of season 1 is you sitting us all down before it aired. I remember exactly where we were on the like sort of cheap lunch tables and saying, listen, we all need to stick together because once this goes out, there's going to be different pressures on different people and we all need to be a team in this. And you said this to us.
I don't remember this at all.
You do. You sat
I'm
us
not
down.
lying.
You were like, hey, this is going to be cool, but it could also be a bit scary and it could also be a bit uncomfortable. So come to me with any issues you have and let's just keep an open dialogue with each other. And it made our cast so cool and tight and just set the tone. And that's just an example of Brett calling you being like, oh my gosh, I'm a baddie, and you've been like, hey, this is cool, this is great.
I think, Clark, you have that presence though everywhere. I mean, as Shield like adjacent. You definitely had that. You had that in my life as well. So like, I think that's a Clarkism or
It's a
Clark
Clarkism.
Clark effect.
If we're being honest here, I think Elizabeth will have to acknowledge that despite the vast differences in our ages, I am just as likely to call you and say, I'm really upset about this. Help me. Because you've got you've got one of the greatest hearts and moral centers of anybody I know. And I think if she thinks this is okay, it's probably okay. So, you know, and that's really what the family became. I feel like at different times, people were a great sounding board because we were going through a very odd thing. There was way too much pressure and visibility and expectation on the launch of this first attempt to try to do something that was going through the roof in the movies on a small screen and an ABC network format, which in some ways it was far less suited to than the Netflix format would be.
Right. Was there a big because had you sort of been through that in the movies? Was there a point when the movies came out that you felt things changing, that you were this kind of cult figure in Marvel? Like, was there a moment that it kind of?
I mean, I was there for Iron Man a bunch, and I just, when, you know, certainly you'd seen certain things like this in a Batman or Superman movie, but to have a character that people didn't know very well, like Iron Man, have this incredible cast, and to see what Robert Downey was doing, Gwyneth and Jeff Bridges and everybody, and what John was really building there with Kevin and the team, it was really you just knew, like, okay, if this works, this is going to be amazing. And then I went and saw an early screening where most of the visual effects were like animated. And you still even knew this was going to be something special. So no, I was very much just very lucky geek to be on the ride and thrilled that they kept putting me in more of them. And, you know, I certainly, when we were going into Thor, I thought, okay, the billionaire playboy philanthropists with the really cool suit, that's one thing. How are you going to do this with Odin's son? Like, you know, with the hammer and the long hair, and then when I saw that work, I thought, oh, okay, this could be something. No, nobody was more shocked that they wanted to bring the character back than I, but also that they were going to try to do this on TV. And, you know, I think that one of the other things that really brought our cast so closely together, and our writers to a certain extent, was it wasn't a good fit right out of the gates. There was too many secrets they had to keep for the larger cinematic universe, the Hydra reveal, and things like that. So that it was always, we were very, by the time the show started to work really at its peak and evolve, I think we were pretty tight. We'd become pretty tight by surviving the bumps.
Yeah. Are you at the point where there's the holotable? I feel
where me and Ward are doing that.
So
that
fun.
was actually fun.
Oh my gosh. I was laughing out loud on my own about that. I feel like there's hours of outtakes from that scene.
It was, well, you know, because you're just going, I go, Kolpak, what do I do here? What am I seeing? It's like, I tell you what, you're going to see something like this, but you just do it and I'll build it around you. So then I'm like, shouldn't have said that, my friend. And, you know, it was such a classic dad moment of, I can't work this thing. Some younger guy, help me work it. He's worse than I am.
Oh, it was so, I think Brett really enjoyed having that comedy as well, because Ward is a pretty straight, laced guy. And
so much.
Yeah. He
I think he asked for like an extra 11 comedic takes at that.
He did, and he was speaking to me, and he was like, "I've got a few moves that I think I'm gonna do, and what do you think to this and that?" And it was just so. That's what Marvel does so well, isn't it? Of like the little comedic moments in the middle of absolute like life or death.
Yeah, it's why the template that they really built. It's certainly in the comics to a certain extent, but the template they built. Oh, come on, Ning on the incredible parachute.
I know.
Yeah, okay, so she might not have actually done that.
I think she was.
She did a kind of green screen version of it. That I'm sure yanked the hell out of her.
Yeah.
You know, that template. See, this is where this cool time jump thing here is that people think that things are disappearing, but really they keep getting knocked out.
Yeah.
And losing
it was
time.
so clever. I'd forgotten about all of this. And I feel like this is the first time we've done.
Did you see that? So May just held Coulson's pulse. And even though the bitch is sleeping with Ward, she still did a very lovely moment of relief that I was alive.
Hey, a little seed.
Little foreshadowing. I don't know how Ward got so much a cooler pose to pass out in than me. But it's also why Joss was such a great fit and Kenneth Branagh was such a terrific fit. James Gunn, they've really found filmmakers, you know, to make it really. Ryan Coogler, who found the kind of funny, touching moments in each of these really dramatic films.
Yeah. Would you ever want to direct a Marvel movie?
No, I'm too good for that. Yes.
They keep asking me. Ugh.
I mean, I was really proud of having directed a couple of episodes of the show until yours was the best one ever.
Oh my God, as if. Yours are amazing.
No. Oh, man. She just looks good no matter what you do to her.
I know.
Callie, come on, look at her. Dude, you're making a big mistake.
Yeah.
In another timeline, you're dead already.
She looks just. I've forgotten how.
They just posted a picture online of her at the Mulan premiere in 1998 and 2020. She looks younger now.
It's
younger
crazy.
now.
There's
I know.
Crazy witchcraft going on
I know.
there.
And we've seen her at 5 a.m. with no makeup, and she looks incredible. It's bizarre.
And that's typically after the rap party is when we see her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. When we're all rolling around.
I usually have gone home by then. I'll have to take often because midway through the rap party, she's laughing so loud it hurts my ears.
Yeah, you can tell if Ming's on set from 3 miles away because of her laugh.
He just stabbed her in the shoulder.
Oh, I'm 10 seconds behind still. What am I up to? Okay.
Oh!
It's good to know that we're there.
It's such a great bit that Joss came up with that she's in the pilot, she's just like pushing files and doesn't want to be bothered, and she's got this game going on.
I know.
Now they're back with me and Ward. Are we still trying to make the thing work? Oh no, we figured it. Now we're seeing this again. There's Lola.
Oh yeah, okay, right. Now I'm up to it. How important were Coulson's suits to you? And how crazy was it when they just sort of started to go away? Like, was that because it feels like Coulson gets a bit more chill. Like, look at that open collar. Was it a
This was undercover. This was rare. I mean, so much of season 1 was the suits.
Yeah.
The first time we kind of went in with the tack vest, it was so freeing.
Yeah.
Did you keep anything, Clark? Did you snag anything from set?
No, Zach. What do you mean? Of course not. I wouldn't. Like, I would take some suits or something, or a badge, or
bespoke
this
suit?
is actually a really good scene. This is some of the first inklings of the Felinda. Like, excuse me, people. There's stitching to be done on my woman here.
Yeah, but he's so classy how he does. You know, you've got a very, you're taking care of her, but you guys are just on a different level.
This is all business. There's no attraction. Where?
How far ahead did you get storylines? Were you like us in terms of
they would give me the story outline of the season right before it started. They'd show me the whole season. No, they didn't tell me anything.
God, I was playing it so cool.
Greg, I was going to piss you off in retrospect. They would tell me some stuff. Here's what's going to happen. They'd pull me in like once or twice. People knew stuff before me, and I was not like, dude, how did they know this huge thing before me? Which was still, I didn't want to know too much, but it was just when Coulson knew stuff that Clark didn't know, that's when I would be like, wait, I got to know what he knows.
Sure. Yeah.
But I actually found it hard, I found it harder to act stuff that that I already knew was coming. I liked
Yeah.
some of the surprise.
Which is different, right? Because one movie is obviously you know where you're going to get to and what happens in the end. And the same with theatre that you've done a lot of. Was that something you got used to as the show went on, or did you always like not knowing? Because at the start I found that really difficult not knowing, and then came to really love it because it felt a lot easier as an actor because you know what your character knows.
Sometimes if I'm watching a story, I'll watch the actor because I'll know the actor knows what's coming, and I'll look for tells.
Yeah.
Like this guy's still letting me know he's about to turn evil, you know? And I feel like I could fall prey to that. There was some big problem in this scene. We're climbing up the train. It was really, the train got stuck or something. I just remember it took hours.
Yeah, 'cause didn't it stop in the wrong place? Or yeah, I remember there was some big drama with that. Was this a set? Must have been, right? You're not in the train now.
No, I think this was, remember this was I was really confused by this scene. I didn't understand some part of this. I remember being kind of a diva, like, wait, no, I don't understand. Stop saying action.
This was the first one that we did the jumpy jump time situation. God, I mean, if we'd gone back to if we could flash forward to season 6 and try and this was like our training to get around the timeline of season 6.
Wait, what was your question before this? Was about knowing stuff ahead of?
Yeah, if you found it, if it was a liberation to you as an actor in the end, or whether you found it difficult.
Well, I mean, the truth is sometimes, you know, the difficulty on this for the writers was that stuff they wanted to use was taken away at the last minute because it was going to be used by something in the cinematic. And so they'd have to kind of quickly start over. So definitely in the later seasons, there was things like, I knew that there's a scene at the end of season 4 where Robbie Reyes goes, do you understand what you've done? Do you understand what you've done by becoming Ghost Coulson writer? There's a debt to pay. And I was like, yes, I understand. Don't mention this to anybody else. And I had to get, I think Jeff Bell came to Jeff and Jed, and I was like, what is the debt? What have I just done? I need to know what I'm just kind of nodding to. And they were kind of, we think we know, it's roughly this, we cannot really say.
Wow.
And that's hard. And later I would find out it's because there was such a big reveal in season 5 that was going to come due. And I don't think, you know, in some cases they had a soft idea of what it would be, but they didn't want to, they were very careful and to my opinion, a little wary of letting us get too attached to something as they explained it in case they went a different way or had to go a different way.
Yeah.
But that meant that, oh, you just got paralyzed. I really don't like that.
I remember feeling so vulnerable filming this because obviously it's Chloe and Ian, and I've just got whatever they do, I cannot blink. I just have to stay very still.
You know, if you talk to anyone else who ever does a show like this, or even one of the movies, a lot of times you go, isn't it fun to do the powers? Isn't it fun to do the thing where you're like, okay, a giant lizardy creature is jumping at your face. It has huge fangs, and we're going to push in on tight on your face and go. And you go, and your first impulse is to kind of go like, and they're like, if you don't commit, you know, so you end up doing that thing. That's one of the hardest things. You have to fully go for it. It's the kookier, poor Chloe. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Here's I'm going to quake your ass.
And it only works if you commit 100%.
It only works if you go 1,000%.
Yeah.
I love when Ian shoots people. He's cold-hearted.
He's so funny in this episode. I feel like everybody got a chance to have fun in this episode. I can't believe
we did this. This is so long ago.
I know. It was fun pairings. I remember Chloe being really happy that she was with Ian, and it was just like a nice kind of mix-up of people.
And of course, we all got to go to Italy.
We all went to Italy, via Philomore.
Philomore.
Fillamore.
I'm getting a lot of requests for you to do an American accent because Ian did one. Lil, can you do a
For
American
me to do
accent?
an American accent?
Oh.
Which kind would you like?
Oh, I like
years
that.
of training.
I never heard you do. Oh, if only I could do one.
Yeah, you'd work so much. I remember having so many American accent lessons at this point in my career, and the show I booked with Zach where we met, it was in America, and I remember being so excited because all these, you pay hundreds of dollars for these lessons and they were paying off. And then I booked this and I was like, do you want to hear it in my American accent? He said, absolutely not. No, it would be British, la, la, la. And then I remember being like, oh, I'm so happy to get this show, but what a waste of my American accent lessons.
I know. I was watching The Crown the other night, and afterwards I was, talking to the Postmates guy delivering my. Is this my poke? Cheers, mate.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it?
Why
I
is he
just
doing
started
that?
watching it. Yeah.
Oh god.
Boy,
Yeah,
Postmates people and any delivery, the Amazon delivery guy, I keep him at the door for like 10, 15 minutes. Just nice to see a person.
Because you're lonely.
Just have an interaction.
Some interaction. Yeah. Do you want to Zoom? Why, I Zoom every Sunday. I sent you the link. Oh, this place was gorgeous. Remember here? It was, wasn't it in Malibu?
I feel like this was like a whole different. Yes, this was like. It felt like we pick this up during another episode or no?
I feel like Gary Brown was directing this, but he didn't direct this episode, so I'm not sure. Maybe it was second unit, a bunch of it.
Oh, this was that big. Yeah, where was this? This wasn't that place because I drove past the big mansion where Chloe jumped off it into the pool.
Oh, into the swimming
in the red
pool.
dress.
Yes.
Yeah, I know
the
other day.
This feels like we something happened shooting at this place. Different order.
This. Remember what happens at the end of this episode?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I cried.
I just remembered. I have to watch this show again because the great thing is my memory's so bad I won't know anything.
I know, that's how I feel. It's very this episode is so good. I feel like
a lot happens.
A lot happens. And I think the show got a lot of flack for its first like 4 or 5 episodes. And actually, this is such a great show. This episode is amazing.
Yeah, it's
Big
amazing.
reveal coming up. I'm about to put the Zoom link in the chat. At this point, Clark, when the episode's finished, I'm going to invite a couple of people into the Zoom to ask a question. So I'm putting the Zoom link into the chat. Are there any burning questions on the chat, Zach?
Oh, it's Jay August.
Oh, Jay. Jay.
There's a lot of questions. I mean, there's been throughout if Clark is coming back to the MCU at any point.
I'm in the this is me in the MCU right now. I'm zooming on the MCU.
I'm zooming in.
I no idea. There's technically not really an MCU unless Loki's shooting a show right now. Most everything's kind of shut down, so I don't know. I wish I don't.
I feel like I've had so many of these situations with UCG where you're like, honestly, I have no idea. I don't know. And then I never believe you. And often you are telling the truth, but I will just never believe you.
Henry was like that with me through almost the entire show. Are we coming back? And I was like, I don't know. Henry, no one tells me anything. And he was like, come on, man, please. How long have we been working together? I was like, Henry, I don't know. He always thought I knew everything. Which I appreciate it. I really like,
come
glad
on.
You know, oh man, he was all burned up, but he wasn't Deathlock yet. Oh.
No.
Oh, was he was a prisoner. Did he betray her? Oh, they were starting to give him stuff.
Yes, he was with
the
clairvoyant.
Mike.
I know. And that makeup took, I think he said it took like 5 hours. 5-6 hours. Was that Denise? Because we had Denise Poor and Katie Carroll on here, CG.
Yeah.
And they were telling us about the makeup for this. Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
I've never done one of those. I had to do like an hour for Captain Marvel.
Oh really?
even so, I couldn't do it. It was just, I didn't have the patience.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Come on.
Come on.
What?
No, look at this. I'm telling you, this show is really good, you know.
Well, season one, yeah.
I'm gonna grab my
Netflix.
charger because my like I keep having to go, but my computer's about to run out of battery. Talk amongst yourselves. You know?
Get your power cable.
Can you ask Clark?
Any other questions, Zach?
Yeah.
Let's see. There's tons on here. Do you have a specific episode that you remember filming that was your favorite?
I have a lot of them, honestly. I have a lot of them. This is 13. There's one, I think it's the end of 111, unless I'm crazy. 111, where Sky comes and saves him when he's being kind of interrogated and tortured by Raina, because at the end, his team that nobody believed in but him had actually saved the day and saved him. And there was a moment where we kind of were standing there, and we also had kind of the show was starting to really find its way a bit, and we were kind of, life and art came together, and there was this great moment of us as a team and a cast there that I really loved. And also, I think the first one I got to direct, that was really special. The way people showed up to let me play with them.
That was a crazy episode as well, because wasn't that Cassius and like the two different worlds? Was that the first one you did?
He just shot her.
I took my breath away. I had completely forgotten all of this.
Clark, how did you deal with, we've talked a lot to this whole thing about the pressure of season one and like how basically everyone felt it. How did you like process it and sort of take that on? Or did you feel pressure?
Oh yeah. I felt tremendous pressure. I felt tremendous pressure because I felt kind of like, oh, I've got an Amazon guy. Thanks, just leave it, sir.
He's like, are we not chatting today? What happened to our...
Oh, I know, he's a little let down. I'll catch up tomorrow.
Love you too.
My puppies. Okay, Luz, thank you so much. Watch, puppy. Yeah, I felt a huge amount of pressure because so far everything that Marvel had touched had worked so spectacularly well. And it wasn't clear whether we were going to for a minute. And I felt responsible for everybody. I felt responsible, like I felt like it was me. I was supposed to be the one carrying it. It's my first time carrying a show, so I thought, if this doesn't work, look no further. We know what the problem is. But also, I felt, you know, you got 200 people there, 300 who have jobs all of a sudden, and you know, you want their families to be okay. I took one way too much more than I could have, so much so that, I mean, I think like 3 or 4 episodes in, I would have pressed things. Somebody said, what do you think about the fact that real geeks, real fans have given up on the show already? And I was like, and I spoke before I thought. And I went, well, those aren't real fans. Those aren't real geeks. And I was like, oh God. And I just, the hate that came at me for that one. But I was really just felt protective of my friends. And I was like, you know, a Marvel fan would give us a little chance to prove what we can do with this show. And, you know, honestly,
I think that's fair. I mean, and also it's frustrating because you knew a turn was coming and that these episodes are great and all the reasons that writers get tied up having to fit in with the movie timeline, and this whole scene is so cool. That scenes
That's
like
so
this
cool.
are coming up that you know, Coulson.
I remember the train and stuff, but good Lord, what a fantastic episode. So many turns.
It? So many turns. I know.
A lot of people I know online are saying that, oh yeah, this is heavy.
So heavy. Is it hard to like hold a gun up to someone's head like that? I mean, I know it's all pretend, but
Guy, he just shot Sky.
Fair enough.
But yes.
Wow, how cool. Oh gosh. I mean, just so good. I love it that you did all that and then I ran upstairs and I remember
Oh God,
it is a little bit slippy.
This so upset me.
Yeah, did it? Oh. And all that makeup too, making her look like she's dying.
Yeah.
I cried watching this, and I'd, forgotten, knew like obviously it's not real, but it was such a moment that the whole team came together. And
I mean, I don't think any of us this close. No, you had almost died in 6.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. But this is, I think the later the episodes go on and the more that we kind of bond as a cast. And also this is, I don't know, this is Sky. This is like, she's finding out who she is. And it's so crazy to see how far that character has come. I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to go back to what we were saying, we cared so much.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of the things I'm most proud about. We never started phoning it in, which wouldn't matter what.
Yeah.
No matter how confused we felt or whatever, this, it says a lot about the people that Joss and Jed and Mo and Jeff and everybody cast. Is the people they were just gonna give it everything they had. And I think it's the reason it hung around for 135, 136, something like that.
I always say like, we did 1,000 because it just feels so. I remember when we got to 100, it feels like we did so much after that. But I think you're right. I think it's 130 something. But that's also down to you though, Clark, because you would make sure everybody felt happy before we were going to shoot. Because as you do in the day, you come in, you do a blocking, you do a read through as the actors in the set, and then you do a blocking, and then you come to shoot it. And you would always make sure at blocking, where it was just the actors and the director, that everybody was happy. And that was every single season, every single scene you were in, you would check if is everybody happy before we carry on. Because once the crew get in there, it's much harder to say, oh, hang on a second, I'm just going to let 200 people wait while I figure out this line.
That's very thank you. I feel like you do the same. Everyone does the same, but it's the balance. It's the really tricky thing. The first 5 seasons of this, doing 22 episodes, I don't know how much if a show will be done like this.
Yeah.
22 episodes.
Yeah.
Again, maybe, I don't know. It feels now I don't understand how we did it. And in terms of there's so much to accomplish in a week.
Yeah.
9 days.
Yeah.
And to be able to say, whoa. It's just like the train episode. I need to pull that thing because I don't know what I'm doing, and this will bring it all down.
Yeah.
And to recognize when someone else is having one of those moments that they're not a problem, they're a possible solution.
Yeah.
And luckily we had good directors and Gary and bosses who, really would listen to that.
Yeah. This episode just has so much in it. Oh, look. Gosh, the start of the hyperbaric chamber.
This is a tag. I have no idea.
Oh, this is so sad.
Always watching his kid.
Yeah. Gosh, I mean, doing all that just with one eye as well. He's emoting so much and he's only got one eye.
Because remember this earlier, I'm sure the Centipede, they were doing that thing with the eye implants where people had to obey or be killed.
Yeah, Red.
Yeah, here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Jay is just he's just such a soulful actor.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, and his hand. Oh my God.
Cybertech.
Last minute.
Deathlock. Oh, snap.
So good. It's such a good reveal. Structurally, that's one of my most favorite episodes. I thought it was so smart how they did all that.
Let's watch another one.
Yeah. I'm going to invite a couple people in to get their question. Oh, I just feel the pressure of who to pick. This waiting room filled up quicker than it has ever filled up ever. It was like 1 second and then everybody is.
There's a ton of people in the chat.
I'm gonna invite Paige in because she has been a supporter of the show. I recognize
Who is it?
you.
Is it Paige Branson?
This is Paige Stewart.
Uh-huh.
Where is she? No. Paige, I think you might be coming in. I'm going to invite as you are in. Oh, okay. Where did Paige go?
While we're waiting for her to join, I'll ask another one from the chat. Did you guys prefer shooting on the stages or location?
Location was exciting and did so much of your work when it was a really cool set, but it was also exhausting and harder to get work done because there were so many things out of your control. So you'd be really dying to go on location when you were at the sound stages for too long, and then when you were on location for a couple of days, you go, God, get me back to the sound stages.
Oh, here we go. Hi, August. I don't know what happened with Paige. I can't see her. Hi, how are you? Oh, we can't quite hear you. Is your sound on? Hi. Do you have a question? Oh, you can't speak? Okay, you just hang out.
He said, hi, guys. He put it in the chat. He said, hi, guys.
I saw hi, guys. Oh, it's
Have you been captured by Hydra?
Oh, everybody's sleeping.
And he's in
That's
Moscow.
code for Hydra.
Oh, you're in Moscow. That's so cool. Okay, so the question is, I like the first season mostly for its humor. Everything is so light and funny. What was the most funny moment on stage you experienced filming the first season? Clark.
Elizabeth.
I feel like, well, in this episode, watching you guys do that table, the hologram table, I feel like that was a very funny day on set. The other, for me, the ones I found hardest not to laugh was when it was Chloe, me and Ian, or when Chloe was doing her training, when Sky was doing her training, and that we had to, those were just very hard scenes. I think any scene with Chloe and Ian in it for me is very difficult in season 1 to keep a straight face.
It's a toss up for me. One of the ones I laughed the hardest at was I think it was episode 4, where with Chloe's hacker boyfriend, where we captured her there or something, and Ward was in the kitchen searching for stuff. And I think even though he was essentially off camera, we couldn't get a takeout because Brett was ransacking the place so loud. We finally had to go, you can mime it. You can mime it. Either that or the terrible pranks. And I don't get this right, but somebody filled somebody's trailer with snow, fake snow.
Yes, I think that was a car. I think it was.
No,
was it
Chloe's
car.
Chloe filled Ian's trailer with snow. Then he filled
her car.
But then it ended up where Chloe thought she had won, and then she was getting a lot of weird honks around town.
Yes.
And he discovered that Ian had props make the most not safe for work license plate in the history of the world, and that she'd been driving around Los Angeles with it. Got to give a shout out today. David Prowse died, who was the physical embodiment of Darth Vader.
Oh yes.
So in our world,
we'll dedicate that.
Yeah, pouring out a little Shield label beer for Darth.
Yes, of course. Take a shot to him. Thank you, August. I think I'm saying your name wrong. Maybe is it August or August? August. Anyway, greetings from here, London to Moscow. How cool is that?
Yeah, very cool.
Okay, I'm gonna. I don't know what happened to Paige. I can't see her, but here's April coming in.
Here's April,
who I also recognize from being on here a bunch. And then we'll get everybody in. Oh my gosh, April!
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I've returned.
What is your question?
Well, first off, I want to say Jessica was out for a while this morning. Jessica the spider.
Oh my God, Jessica the Spider.
She's normally very shy, but she was out and about, and I was very
Out and
excited to
about.
see her.
Oh, good.
So I did have a question on this episode.
Yes.
So when you guys filmed, you and Brett jumped off the train, and then in your scene of it, it pretty much continued almost instantaneously. Like you guys just kept going, but then it had the other scene of Ming coming in while you guys were frozen. Did you film it all at one and then editing just kind of chopped it up, or did you film a couple takes of it?
Yes, this was one of those ones where I was like, I'm sorry, what happens now? And I was trying to understand the segmenting of time. In different stages at that location, we shot all the pieces in a pretty quick succession in terms of, and I was really disappointed stupidly and was getting yelled at because I was like, no, I can jump off this train. How fast is it going to be going? And they were like, we have 8 more episodes to go. So we did that. Then later, the second unit would come back and actually have Dane and the other gentleman jump off the actual train. And so we did one thing where we were kind of rolling into it and then lying in our positions. And once they had our positions, in would come Ming and do that thing and kind of really lovingly touch my pulse. And it went up. It went up when she did that, people. Sorry. Yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Those things are often all split up, aren't they, of different, but it was all daylight dependent, so you have to get it done in the same day at least, or at least in daylight. Yes,
the daylight dependent of it all. When you're shooting outdoors, suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. We have to stop at sunsets. And if it's winter, it's could be 5 o'clock. This is the greatest thing ever. And then you realize you're going to do just as much work twice as fast.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost worse when it's sunnier though, because then you have to deal with shadows. Because when I was filming outdoors for my mini shoots, it was always like, please be overcast.
Exactly, for the natural diffusion.
Want the shade. Yes, actors love a bit of shade as well. Thank you for your question, April.
Thank you.
I'm going to let a bunch of people in. I don't know where Paige is, which makes me sad because Paige.
Someone was saying in the thing it kicked her out.
Oh, it kicked her out?
Yeah, someone was saying in the YouTube chat that it had kicked her out.
Oh no.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
I suppose she can't try and get back in, right? Because it's
Let's just remember Paige for next week.
Yes. Okay, Paige, come in next week. I'm going to search for you. Okay. Clark, CG, the main man, Mr. Coulson.
We got 6 more minutes left. What are you doing? We have to stop now?
No, we don't. Shall I get someone else in? Usually I just do 2.
You still 2.
Okay.
This is the only people I'm going to see for a week.
You just missed Amazon, so.
We got Sean coming in. And I'm gonna bring.
We got 6 more minutes left.
Sophie in. Okay. Oh my gosh! Hi, Sean. I feel like some people I let in, it just keeps kicking out. I don't know why that's happening. Anyway, Sean, do you have a question?
Yeah, actually, well, thank you so much for doing this. You guys are my favorite show. Clark, it's funny that you did the shaka, because I'm from Oahu, Hawaii, and that's pretty much all that we do here. So it means kind of just take it easy, hang loose. That's kind of just how our culture is here. So pretty much every photo that we do, we're always throwing that up. So thank you for doing that.
Is it cool that I'm doing it? I don't want to be involved in.
No, you're doing it. Yeah, no, you're doing it correct.
Appropriation.
No, you're doing it. You're doing it correctly. I wanted to ask, what iteration of Coulson was your favorite to play? Because you were Coulson for so many seasons, and then you had to do Sarge, and then you had to jump into LMD Coulson. Did you have a preference on which one you enjoyed playing the most?
It's a really good question. All right, man, good to see you. No, I don't. It's really I don't want to do a cop-out answer. I think there was something really magical about season 1. This poor guy trying to figure out why his memories aren't adding up to the reality that's around him and these haunting nightmares, and kind of suddenly discovering he discovers this new team and becomes a family just in time to realize that he was brought back to life and shouldn't be here. That was really cool. But then Sarge was so nice to be evil or kind of just conscienceless. And that's it. After being Sarge, season 7, to get to kind of be like, oh my gosh, I have some slight powers here. And to also be back feeling much more like OG Coulson than he ever thought he would. That was really freeing to go out that way. That might have been my favorite.
Yeah, that was my favorite. I was able to get the suit that you wore in the LMD reactivation on the prop store. So I'm excited for that to come.
I'm going to start showing up at cons and seeing people wearing literally my wardrobe.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. This is
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
And I'm glad that it's on Netflix so everyone can enjoy all 7 seasons right now.
That's so cool. How awesome. Well, thank you guys for your questions. Clark, you are just the
Lil,
man.
it's 1:57. It's 1:57. Would you got to be somewhere? Where do you have to be? Take one more question.
Okay, come on. Sarah's coming in, unless somehow it kicks them out.
Unless you don't want to. I mean, I'm sorry. It's your show. This is the problem. Now you're remembering the bad part of working with me.
Yeah, oh my gosh, she never goes home. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Can we hear you? Oh, no.
Hi. There you go.
Hi. Oh my God, I'm all of a sudden.
I'm looking at Zach. Am I doing something wrong? Which is always nice. How do I switch to?
Oh,
hey!
Yay! Do you have a question, Sarah?
I do. First of all, I would be remiss without saying, I just thank you so much for doing these lives every week. They're so cool and they're so much fun. I'm a film student and these feel like free master classes every week, just getting to hear different departments and everything. It's really so exciting. So thank you so much.
Oh, that's so lovely of you. Thank you.
My question is there a process that you guys kind of like have to go through for yourself when it comes to like approaching a character for an episodic series like SHIELD as opposed to a movie? Or does it become kind of like second nature, falling into the pattern of a character after a while?
Good question. So good, in fact, Lil.
I think it goes back for me a little bit what we were saying before about not having the full picture of the character. That I, as somebody that really enjoys a list and enjoys writing down everything that happens and knowing a structure, I struggled with at the start of SHIELD because the writers didn't know, it was all quite loose of like exactly what they would write for your character, and they write to our strengths. And so I found that at first quite difficult, and then later a bit more freeing. So I think I approached it with just the material I had at hand. And for me, it's all comes from the script, but I had to be okay with not knowing everything about her story, because I could make up a backstory saying, oh, she, her dad died, and then in episode 6 it's like, oh, her dad's actually alive, because so I don't know if I'm really answering your question, but I think it was just creating a character from what I had in front of me and then being flexible to go, oh, I was wrong. This is a new side to her that I didn't know.
So I guess this is unusual, this show, in that this was a character who had been in, a supporting role in 5 movies by then. But still, if you're a supporting character, you're kind of trying to figure out who you are based on 10, 15 pages, a couple of allusions, maybe what you can find out from the writer or director, as opposed to Robert, who gets to look at, 300, 400 comics. And I mean, I do remember early in Iron Man, Jeremy Latcham from Marvel handed me a fantastic greatest hits of SHIELD. And even though Coulson wasn't one of the SHIELD characters, it gave me a lot to go on. But as Elizabeth said, every week in a TV show, you get a little bit of a flip book, and very often you'll come to an episode, you go, oh, I'm from Wisconsin. Oh, my dad was a history teacher. And the writers on the show are making different choices. It's very much what Joss and all the writers in the movies would take a little bit and kind of go, oh, he's like this. Or, oh, he's a fanboy. He's been collecting Cap cards. Of course he is. Oh, he's the most awkward fanboy ever. He's embarrassing himself so badly in front of Cap. And I related to all of that. So most series, it's a similar thing where people are just going off their 10 or 12 slides in the pilot, and then gradually stuff gets filled in. But I think a lot of times there's a back and forth to it. I think our writers would say this, where they will take stuff not necessarily from traits they see in the actor playing it, but also things they think, oh, that actor would play this amazingly well. And you definitely, I think, would write stuff that you want to see those actors play. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. That's so awesome.
Where are you studying film?
I'm in Connecticut.
So cool. Is it all virtual right now?
Yeah, I'm finishing up the semester. It's all like completely online now. So we just did like a little series of short films for our semester.
That's so cool. What was yours about?
Are you still getting something out of it? Is it still rewarding?
It is actually. It's really cool to kind of, it was really frustrating in the beginning. We got green screen sent to all of us, and we're all like filming remotely, and it was frustrating, but it was definitely really cool learning how to do it just completely remotely.
Totally.
Well,
I mean, you can do it now.
You're looking at 2 out-of-work actors who have a fair amount of green screen experience. So when it comes for, thesis time, let us know.
Absolutely.
You've got the Zoom link now, so, hit us up.
Hit us
right.
up.
Hit us up. Is that what the kids say? Am I cool? No.
It's you.
Keep trying. Come on. Thank you, Sarah, for your question. That was so cool. Best of luck. And, don't forget us, employ us, We'll bring our own costume.
You say film student, I say future employer.
Yes, come on. Let's get your ring light on. Clark, you're just the best. Thank you for doing this. You have created. Hit me up, yeah. Like, I'll give you my IMDb link and stuff.
I love you. And my dream one day is to reappear on Live with Lil. What is it?
Live with Lil. It should really be Live with Zill, because Zach is on every week with his headset and the live chat king that he is.
And bringing a lot to the party. And I'm going to go now because I'm pretty sure that Amazon package was my leopard print jacket. If not, what the hell are you thinking?
You'll be ready for next time. I'm going to bring in the people in the chat. We're going to wave goodbye, and then I'll end it. So it'll be like just a couple minutes of chaos waving at loads of people. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Here we go. I hope this works. Oh, yes. Here we go. Hi, everyone.
Hi. So hey, it's Rex to be
Oh, everyone.
Hi, Clark.
Hi, Zach.
Everyone.
Thank Abby.
Fantastic.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hope you guys are doing well. Guys had a nice Thanksgiving.
Hi,
Clark. Zach.
Hello.
Elizabeth.
Zach.
Hello. Guys, how are you?
Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Polly.